Jere, one thing
Why
I'm
is
scarred
that?
by was the amount of beef we experienced in our marriage. There was no peace, just war. How's our marriage been in this season?
On the days when I try to sleep when this boy sleeps, it's the worst days. I'm spending much more quality time with Kay, and I do feel bad. Feel bad for Jere.
I was there for you.
Give me one example.
I was right by your side.
Okay.
I was there. Through thick and thin.
Hey Deku fam!
Hey Deku fam.
Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back.
We're back with another video, and in this video I have no idea what we're doing because Gabes has just told me to sit in front of the camera, and yeah, I've got my defender because I feel like something's coming.
So basically, Kanaan is 3 months old.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be good, and I thought I'll be wise to ask Anna a few questions, just to see how she's actually doing. Because when we had Jeremiah, the first 6-8 months of our relationship was very challenging. No, I'll say 6 months. When I took time off, things actually started to get better.
As you can see, it was a very, very tough season. I mean, we're laughing about it now and we're able to talk through it.
Yeah.
But it was painful. There were a lot of
Tears on both sides.
Emotions, frustration,
The initial
annoyance.
period was quite rough in our relationship.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, we hit the 3-month mark. Kanaan's growing beautifully. But how are you doing?
Wow.
That's the important question.
Me?
How are you doing?
Me?
Because if you're doing well, everything else works well. Because you know me, if I'm not doing well, I say, babe, I'm not in a good place.
Okay.
And then, but when you're not doing well, sometimes there's a build up and then you just explode. There's an explosion.
Anyway, this guy just doesn't want to be caught off guard.
Exactly.
I think last time you didn't actually ask me any questions on the journey, did you, my love?
You just didn't answer
You
them
didn't
well.
ask. He made a lot of assumptions on the journey, and then when it came out, even though it had already been coming out, he didn't like it. So this time, I think you just want to be proactive. You want any surprises?
No surprises, please.
But yeah, I think we're doing a lot better this time round.
First question, how was your night? How are you feeling emotionally? We will just warm them up, we do a little intro. How was your night?
As in last night?
Last night, how were things?
I think I'm just used to being woken up every few hours now.
Every
you know, not by your snoring, which does happen, but by this boy wanting milk.
I was woken up last night. Our oldest son, Jeremiah, he woke me up. Had to take care of that situation.
Oh, are you saying that you had...
I'm not comparing. I'm just trying to just let you know that my sleep wasn't uninterrupted.
Oh, that's interesting that it just came up in the time when you're asking me about how I'm doing.
Sorry. Back to you. But how are you doing emotionally? How's your soul?
My soul is in a good place, actually.
You're in a good place?
Yeah. So we've done it before, so you know what to expect. So it's not as much of a surprise in terms of
with
the
Jeremiah,
progressions.
there was a shock.
Yeah, there was a shock to the system.
Yeah, the sleep, everything.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to conduct ourselves.
Yeah, we were a bit lost. We were like, what's going on?
So you're doing well.
I'm doing well on that front.
Okay. Your career is a significant part of your life, and you put a lot of thought into transitioning well into maternity leave. Now that you're on leave, do you feel that you achieved the smooth transition you aim for, or are you feeling a little bit of anxiety or nervousness about work? Starting right from the beginning, that transition, work to maternity, are you okay? 'Cause I know work, you love your work, you love what you do. How's that?
I do have a bit of FOMO.
FOMO?
Where I feel like, what is going on while I'm not around? Could it be better with me not being there? I mean, those are like my subconscious fears, but that's not necessarily the truth because I know.
You bring the vibe.
I know I bring more than vibe. I bring the money. I bring everything. But obviously, you just have to realize that you can't be everywhere at the same time. And what's my priority? My family, especially in this season. So what will be will be. I need to trust that the company will see my value while I'm away and be welcoming me back with open arms. So yeah, I have actually transitioned quite well. So as soon as I was off on maternity leave, I just shut that bit off my life.
Cut the cord.
And I was just like, yep, time to focus on the family. And I can be quite tunnel visioned about what I'm focused on in the moment. So when I was working, it was a lot about work. And then when I'm at home, it's all about...
Yeah, I think you transitioned quite well. I think like you went out quite hard. So you were working right up until the end. Like, I used to always say, Anna, are you sure it's okay for you to be getting on the train at 9 months pregnant all the way to work and then come all the way back? You were knackered at that point. And also there was a lot of like sales conferences and stuff like that at the end, and you were still making an effort to go to those things. So I think like you went out hard, and then now I see that you've got Kanaan, you've got Jere, you've got myself. You're very much in the moment, which is great. So I don't even hear you complaining about work or anything like that. So from what I can see, everything is going well, and you transition quite well.
Good analysis.
But thanks for confirming, just so that we're on the same page. Okay, next question.
Not you writing these questions down formally and reading it out like some kind of...
No, I just need to know a few things just to make sure. And I want the Deku fam to hold you accountable, and just so that we could take minutes that this conversation has taken place.
So that what, when in the future...
In the future, if you try to ever say that I never checked on you when we had a baby...
Here it is.
There you go. If you could describe your maternity leave so far in 3 words, what would they be? 3 words.
Fun.
Ooh, fun, okay.
Tiring. And wholesome.
Yeah. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more? Why is it fun?
Fun because I am creating the maternity leave that I want. Which is fantastic. So I'm constantly out and about, but then also making time for rest, but then also making sure that when you and Jeremiah get home, we're home, we have that family time. And
even it's been fun.
Socializing with friends. So it's been fun.
Okay.
But I've curated that fun, which is great. The second word was tiring because it is just tiring, and I think that me accepting it before I've come into it has helped me have a better perspective. So it's not unexpected that I'm going to be tired, it's just constant. And that's not going to interrupt the things that I want to do, because it is what it is. And then wholesome because I'm just so blessed. I just constantly have that perspective. Like, it's just so wholesome seeing my 2 sons and them growing, and they're here, and the life that we have. I'm really grateful.
Fantastic. Okay, great. So Kanaan is our second child, but technically this is your first maternity leave. Because with Jeremiah, you were only off for 6 weeks and 6 days. What has this experience been like for you now on maternity leave with Kay compared to your time off with Jere? Like,
oh, come on. My time off with Jere wasn't even time off, and it's only hitting me more now, and I'm questioning how I actually did it then, because I don't know if I'd be able to do it now. But then also, maybe because I've got myself into the mindset of maternity leave this time, that last time doesn't...
You didn't have an opportunity to enjoy anything.
I didn't put it in my mind that like, oh yeah, I could have a year off and this, that. I just told myself, you're going back to work after 6 weeks, and I actually made that seem beautiful. So...
But you wouldn't recommend it to anyone?
I wouldn't recommend it, but I would do it again if I had to.
I guess it was a unique opportunity. It was in the midst of COVID. We had no certainty on whether we were going to return back into the office at a point in time when we had Jere.
No, I'm thinking about the benefits that I've received now, career-wise.
So, okay, so knowing the outcome that you will receive, you will do it again to receive the outcome?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I would. What? You think we wouldn't?
No,
Obviously, handle the circumstance better.
I'm thinking about at the point we made the decision. At the point where we said, you're going to go back to work. We didn't know what was going to come.
We didn't know any of that. Yeah, obviously at that time. But now, I would make the decision again, knowing that it's going to reap rewards as a result.
Fantastic. How has the bonding experience been with Kay compared to Jere? Because with Jere, again, 6 weeks, 6 days, he was with my mom, your mom, my sister. We had him on the weekend and the evenings, obviously. But obviously with Kay, you're with him 24/7.
Yeah, very different, obviously, because I'm spending much more quality time with Kay. And I do feel bad. Feel bad for Jere that he didn't get those precious moments. Like with Kay, we're just so close to each other. We are pretty much besties because we spend.
But you were besties with Jere, but you didn't know this.
Yeah, I didn't know this kind of intimacy.
Yeah.
So I do feel bad, but at the end of the day, I've got a good relationship with Jere now, and he's not gonna remember those years, even though I might.
But you don't know those deep scars. But he's having mommy issues.
Childhood trauma.
No.
No.
We laugh, but it's serious out here.
But hopefully those 0 to 6 months or 0 to 1 year.
But you know what? Forget Jere. At the end of the day, I spent 6 months to 13 months with him.
And
he still don't respect me whatsoever.
Still a mommy's boy.
Guy is just moving mad. So
funny.
He's not gonna recollect that time. I know you're an extrovert and you love being outside, but I am surprised the extent to which you are outside. Are you okay? You're out all the time. You're constantly, every time I call you, you're doing this, you're doing that. Are you okay? Because the nights are rough. The days, you're not resting.
But I don't start my days early. So I do feel like I'm able to wake up slowly. I'm not a morning person at all, so that actually is great. So I feel like I'm aligning myself to the type of person that I am. I like to be outside, and actually being outside is good for my mental health. On the days when I try to sleep when this boy sleeps, it's the worst days because I'm at home and I can't get to sleep that as quickly as he can, and then he's maybe sleeping for half an hour, so then there's no point sleeping. Or when he sleeps longer, I misjudge it and I'm doing housework in that time, so it just doesn't work for me. So I'd rather just be out, and then I come back and feel refreshed anyway.
Yeah, it's good to see you out when I catch up on your stories and see that you're having a good time. But sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm like, are you just going to just fall over and then I have to pick up the pieces? But as long as you're having a good time,
No, I'm having a great
sometimes I do rein you in and say, hey, you're not going out today, you gotta chill.
You're good at reining me in.
As long as you're okay.
This is the Anna that you met though, isn't it? I was outside. So this is how you know I'm in my element.
Okay.
If I was inside too much, then you'd be like, okay, Anna, something's not right. And I wouldn't be the best version for you.
What are your thoughts on how you're balancing personal time with family responsibilities? Do you feel you're getting enough time for yourself?
That's why I have to take him out with me, because I feel like my time and family time is interlinked. I haven't been able to separate that, because how many times have I been without Kay to do something for myself, not going into work for a keep in touch day, not doing admin or house stuff, but actually for myself.
Do you think we need to try and sort something out so that you do have that time?
Once in a while.
How do you think we should do it? What do you think will be the best approach?
Probably need to diarise it, otherwise I will forget. So I don't know. Not that often though.
You don't think we need to like have it in a weekly rhythm, a bi-weekly rhythm? Because for me, I like structure. So when I was off, I like the fact that I knew that on a Friday afternoon, I would have 3 hours by myself, because I would be with Jere up until like 1. I'd give him to Bibi, and then from 1 till 5, I just go and do admin or do what I want to do, even if that's just sleep. Because there's help available.
Yeah, we do have a help. I need to think about that a bit more. I really do.
Yeah, just to make sure that you feel like you still have time for yourself and you're not posting on socials, you're not doing it for admin, you can just have time to yourself. With the birth of Jere, one thing I'm scarred by was the amount of beef we experienced in our marriage. There was no peace, just war. That's what I wrote. There was no peace, just war. This time round,
there's no war.
It feels
just
like
peace.
Like we're living up to Canaan's name, which is the land of milk and honey. What has the experience been like for you? I'm just trying to make sure that it's just not in my head, where I'm thinking everything's peaceful and then you're having resentment towards me. What's been the experience for you, my dear? How's our marriage been in this season?
No, it has been good, hasn't it?
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah, I feel like that too. It's been really nice, hasn't it?
What does that mean?
No, it's just been. No, I remember why I married you.
Oh my goodness. So what is it? What has it been? What's been the difference?
Firstly, circumstances are better, which is not good that circumstances can wipe us out as a marriage.
But there's circumstances that make things more challenging.
Yeah, but we could do better. We need to do better.
We could do better.
Yeah.
Like when we get thrown.
Not take it out on each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. And there's been moments where we could have done that, but I think we've done a bit better.
That's what I mean. So I think like there definitely are moments where we could have had beef, but we chose peace instead of war. Yeah. Which was good. Yeah. For me personally, I feel like we've just been on the same team a lot more. Yeah. With Jere, I think you felt like you were doing everything and I wasn't doing anything.
You have risen!
No, I think it's because you physically see me doing things with Jere. I feel like I was doing things in the last with Jere as well, but it's also what you think is valuable. So now where you see I'm physically alleviating you from a toddler who's trying to jump all over you, you appreciate that.
And I hear him screaming at you in the morning.
Yeah.
And you doing the morning shift and the pickup and all of those things. It's very physical. But last time, when it was just Jere,
I felt like I was doing other things.
Like?
You just didn't value them.
Like?
Because I felt like I was looking after you and trying to be a supportive for you.
How?
By being there for you. I was there.
Give me one example.
I was there for you.
Give me one example.
I was right by your side.
Okay.
I was there. Through thick and thin. But
that is so funny.
Obviously, I wasn't there the way you wanted me to be there. So this time around.
And this time your proactivity
I'm trying.
No, honestly, you've grown. And I think that's why you should get with someone who's teachable in this life, because neither of us are the same person that we were when we first got together. Yes, there are traits that are still there, but actually, you've taken on things that I've said, I've taken on things that you've said, and we'll become better versions.
Yeah, but we just have to work on saying those things with less malice.
Yeah.
And saying it from a sense of, hey, I want you to grow, and therefore I feel like you should receive this piece of information. Exactly. Sometimes you got to hold the tongue. Well done. What were you about to say? Okay, there you go.
No, but I do need to work on how I communicate things. But then also, you need to be proactive so I don't have to communicate everything.
No, I think it's okay for you to communicate everything because I'm not in your head, and sometimes I might not be able to see. So just imagine the level of anxiety that I feel when I'm trying to guess, am I on the right page? For you,
no, it's not about guessing.
For you know black and white whether I'm happy or I don't.
I'm proactive. I sometimes think Gabes is coming back home from work. Let me make sure he's got the things that he needs. So that's what you're doing more of now. So it's a balance. I don't think women should have to explain every single thing.
Men do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
We explain. You know very clear the things I like and the things I don't like.
But there's certain things that you don't have to talk about or explain because I just do them. And the same way you do that with me.
How do you think our relationship has changed since Kay has arrived? Is there anything you want us to work on together?
What, marriage-wise?
Yeah, obviously, our marriage, yeah. When I wrote this question down, I think, like, the fact that we've got Jere, one child, and then we've now got Kay, another child, I feel like we're really trying to divide and conquer.
But
what?
I think we need to... I miss you.
You miss me? Do you really? Okay, what does that mean?
No, I just miss the time that our conversations. I miss how much we used to talk.
Ooh, okay. Because I'm always with Jere and you're always with Kay.
Yeah. We used to talk so
much. But we still talk my lunchtime, every lunchtime. It's the evenings probably we don't have.
Not every single lunchtime. It's not the way that we used to.
Because you're sleeping sometimes.
Yeah, or I'm out meeting someone or something. But I feel like the time is limited. And then when we do in the evenings, by the time we put the boys down and then it's just us two.
I am shattered.
Yeah, you're finished and you're just the most annoying person to actually talk to because you don't actually want to talk and you're doing admin in terms of our household admin. So actually, when do we have time?
Okay, well, you need to come gym with me on a Friday evening.
Oh.
That's the only solution. At the moment.
It's less, it should be frequent and...
Yeah, so...
less and frequent.
So Friday evenings, come to the gym with me.
That's when I'm finished.
Huh?
We'll find a way, but that's something that we need to talk about.
Yeah, that's a good point. Do you feel supported by me and those around you? How can I support you better?
I do feel like they're all in very busy seasons at the moment.
Everyone's busy, yeah.
Which is helpful that I'm off. So I don't feel like I need to rely on them as much as we did with Jere. So it's like God makes everything right for the season. So last time they had a lot more spare time. They could commit to a specific day for a year. But this time they're all really busy. So, and I'm free. So I think that's fine. I think that's okay.
Second part of the question was me. Is that feel supported by me?
Yeah, definitely. As you say, the freeing up of being able to deal with Jere is great because that could both be on me. And the fact that we kept Jere in nursery, I appreciate that financial decision to be able to do that. And I feel like you're taking on a lot. Now I'm worried about how tired you are in this season.
I'm okay.
You say that, you always say that.
No, but I'm okay. Like, I find small pockets of time. Because before I was always trying to do work on the train and stuff. But I'm trying to use it as free time, even though it's like 30 minutes or so, just to think. Because I'm an introvert, I just need time where I'm not around people. I just need to be in my head a bit more. So when I carve out those times when I'm just in my head and I'm not just actioning things, I feel like I am having the time to recharge. I have the commute, you don't. So you don't even have time to do your thing. So I feel like I'm okay. Got my morning routine with Jere down to 35 minutes to wake him up and get him out the house to nursery, and I'm at my desk for like 8:15, which is fantastic. So I'm happy with that. Is there anything that you need more help with, either from me or someone else?
I do need a full, like just 4-hour stretch of sleep. I don't know when the last time I've had that. Probably before he was born.
How do you want that to be?
I think when someone is here looking after Kay, just to get back on track.
Yeah, but still. But the thing is with me and during the night, I can transition to bed faster. You
would sleep through Kay's cries.
Yeah, I don't hear Kay.
No, but it's alright. It's an honor to wake up at night and to serve you in that way. Do you see it as service?
Yeah, Obviously it's alleviating. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
But I hear Jere when he cries because I feel like I'm just.
You know
Jere,
his voice.
Yeah, Jere. Yeah, when Jere starts speaking and moving in his room, I hear him.
Yeah.
But Kay right beside me, I don't hear him at all. Are there any expectations you've had that haven't been met? How can we address them? So expectations on your maternity leave that haven't been met. No? You're good? Forever hold your peace. Are there any fears or anxieties that you're experiencing that you would like us to talk about?
Fears?
No. Yeah, like you're not really the anxious type, but I just thought I'd throw that question in there because it's good to just talk about.
Yeah, because it does happen postpartum.
Yeah, it does. It does. But I think with you, you're just so mystic. Like, even if you're anxious, you don't even know.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, I don't know. You told me, am I anxious?
No, I don't think so. I think like you're in a good place. You have a good perspective to life. I don't see you get anxious a lot or nervous.
Yeah, I think closer to going back to work, I will start thinking about operationally.
Yeah.
How is that going to actually work?
Yeah. Don't worry, that'll be in a 9-month recap.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about.
Yeah, we really need to be thinking about that because we are so intentional and we're so like clockwork with our timing and trying to make sure that we get maximized amount of time with our boys.
Yeah.
And when we go back to work, that's a whole nother full-time thing to do.
Yeah. But we're starting to make those provisions now. We're starting to have those conversations.
Yeah.
We're talking to the people that we need to talk to about those situations.
Yeah.
And I feel like when that time comes, hopefully we would appreciate the work that's been done now. So what are you most happy about in this season?
I'm happy with the provision that we made for this season. So we did a whole video on how we're preparing for maternity leave. That was financial, that was structure, that was support, that was what we'll be doing in the maternity leave. We've got some exciting things coming up. So all of that, I think I'm really excited that has enabled me to be, I believe.
I see.
Because it could have been so different if we didn't prepare.
What are you most proud of in how you're handling things right now?
I'm proud that my emotions of feeling tired and frustrated sometimes because of the tiredness is not taking its toll on everyone around me all the time. I'm just the emotional control. But I mean, it has been really bad in the past where my emotions are just like, this is how I feel, so that's how I feel.
I think you're communicating it better. You don't create another problem where we have beef with each other.
Yeah, I'm really mindful that I don't want to do that, so I'm really proud of that.
What has been the most challenging part of your maternity leave so far?
Just the limited amount of time that I actually have to do everything that needs to be done. It's so scary how full life is.
You don't have to do everything.
No, but it's just even replying to a message from a friend, I'll get distracted because one of the boys needs something and then I won't go back to it, or like the house in terms of keeping it in order and tidy. And then I also feel bad for like how little time I'm able to give you and for your needs. And it's just like there's need all around me and I'm just struggling to get it all done.
But I think it's perfectly okay to drop the ball in one of those areas from time to time. And it'll be okay. I understand the context of what you're going through, and I know that things could be weighty on you, and I'm cool. Like, as long as like the main things are, which is basically keeping yourself in a good headspace, so you let me know when something's going wrong, and then keeping our boys safe. Everything else is a bonus.
I know you don't care about a lot of those things, but I do. I care about.
Yeah, I know. But if they're gonna take its toll on you, then it's not worth it. Because ultimately, we have to just keep the main thing. You need to be in a good space. Because if you're in a good space, then you're gonna be able to look after the boys better, and then everything else can follow.
But that's not the main thing for me. The main thing for me is the boys and you. So you're saying me and the boys, I'm saying you and the boys.
Yeah. But obviously, I feel like, so like for example, we spoke in my video where we talk about like 50-50. And like we believe that sometimes it's 100-0. So this is one of those seasons where I just keep pursuing, because I keep knocking on your door and say, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. So it's one of those times where I am just still just pursuing, because I'm not like, okay, you haven't got time for me, therefore I'm gonna go and find something else to do. I'm still trying to find opportunities for us to have time. And if you say that you're too tired, that's fine, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna answer again tomorrow. So
I appreciate that.
How do you feel? I think we kind of touched on this, but how do you feel about your self-care routine? Is there something you would like to do for yourself?
The gym stuff will be good.
Yeah.
Just get my body, I think second time round, details of my body have changed.
Details?
Specific parts of my body.
What does that mean?
Parts of my body are no longer the same. They're not bouncing the way that they used to. No, jinx.
Like what?
No. I've lost certain assets that I had. But I want them back. So I now need to work for them. So that's what I want to do.
That's what I'm saying. Friday in the gym, we're gonna do a workout. Then we'll go and sit in the spa. Then we'll go and talk. And then it's like killing two birds with one stone. There you go. We go gym for an hour, sit in the spa for an hour. I think we're coming to an end. Are there any activities or outings you'd like us to plan, either alone or as a family?
Yeah, we've got a lot coming up.
Yeah, we do have a lot.
We've got camping. We've got a trip to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
We've got traveling.
Yeah,
we've got a lot going on.
Yeah, we've got quite a few exciting things to look forward to, which we'll be taking the Deku fam on the journey with, which will be very exciting. Okay, final question. What advice would you give to someone about to go on maternity leave?
Try to talk and prepare as much as you can with your significant other. I think that's so important. I think part of the issue when you're on leave is the unexpected scenarios. And I think sometimes they're unexpected, not because they're actually unexpected, but because you didn't talk or plan for them before. I don't know if financial conversations are really had and then set out in terms of, okay, this is the weekly allowance, this is where the money comes from, this is how we're going to sacrifice in the current season before maternity comes, or who's going to help support with the child, when are you going back to work, what we're going to do, you know, all of these conversations should be happening.
Because you were very clear that you want me to do the drop off to nursery and the pickup. But
But
now that I've got my rhythms and my process in place, I feel like I can do it.
But those types of conversations, it would have never necessarily accidentally come about because Anna, you're on maternity leave, so it would make sense for you to actually just pick up our son from nursery since you're off and I'm at work. And then I'm like, oh, actually, now I've thought about it, in my first few months, it'll be quite difficult for me to take the newborn and go to his nursery, drive there, pick him up, trying to navigate a toddler and a newborn. And he's like, oh, okay, I actually hadn't thought about that perspective. How could I potentially facilitate? How many days could I potentially do? You could come to an agreement where that's 1, 2, 3, whatever that is. Okay, logistically, how does he actually do that since he has to be at work at a certain time? All of these things actually should be spoken about beforehand because then that enables you to have a less stressful time.
And we always talk about like transition is where people's marriages unfortunately don't survive. Where there's conflicts, there's chaos within the household. But if you're able to plan and talk through those transitions, it should help you prepare and therefore you be ready for what comes at you. This doesn't mean that unexpected things won't come, but at least you've got the big things that are covered.
And we have the argument proactively. So that whole discussion about nursery and who's doing pickup, that was a heated conversation that took a number of weeks to actually resolve, but it was before the situation had arisen. If
so
we
it wasn't like we're in
to
the heat of the moment saying, who's gonna pick him up, who's gonna drop him off?
Or I'm stressed, babe, you need to help me pick him up. And then he's like, no, I can't because I'm working. We actually spoke about it before. So I think play those situations out beforehand and they really help alleviate some of the perceived stresses that come with parenting. So
this has been an extremely long video, but thank you so much for answering the questions. It's good to see that you're well. You know, I thought you were well.
Thank you for helping me be well.
I knew that you were well, but it's good to hear it from your mouth that you were well. So guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.
I do love you so much.